All right, welcome, welcome. Rather than just saying a whole bunch of stuff to get you hype, I'm gonna just get right into it, nuts and bolts. Talk about the plan. I'm gonna talk about a few different things. Number one, I'm gonna talk about the plan moving forward, and number two, I'm gonna talk a little bit about the thinking behind it, and also what I am doing here, what I'm going to lay out. You want to duplicate. If you want to become that leader in your space, you want to do exactly what I'm doing. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean do all of the same programs I'm doing, but the way I structure my offers, my programs that I'm in, because we're all in different offers, the way I introduce my YouTube playlist, and the way I introduce basically my online portfolio to people. Long story short, we all know we can't just rely on any one particular offer because things happen. Just recently, I've had two income streams just disappear, but I'm still able to recover simply because I have a spread of programs. I'm not just totally relying on any one of them. And that's what I want to talk about here, because it gets real complicated when you're trying to promote 4 or 5 different things. Trust me, I've been there. I've tried many different ways of doing it. I've tried putting them all in one sales funnel. Then I've tried promoting them individually. I tried promoting them separately. I tried doing this, tried doing that, tried building 10 different email lists. It never works out. So what I'm saying, I want you to pay attention to, and what I'm doing, I want you to pay attention to. So there's two different things there, because so many people out there teach you things, fluff, but they do not tell you what they are actually doing. There's a big difference there. A lot of people say, hey, do this right here and do that right there, but that's not the full story. So what I'm going to share with you is both what I'm doing and what I'm doing. That's going to make sense if you rewatch this a couple times. So that being said, I'm going to share my screen here. Share screen. So that being said, you should be looking at the Zoom thing. What I'm simply going to do is just go here to my YouTube playlist. So in my case, what I've been experiencing, this is just based off my own numbers, my own proof, feedback that I've gotten from a lot of people out there, that number one, the thing you have to realize is whatever you're presenting to folks, you have to understand and treat them as if they do not know anything. And I'm not saying that to be condescending. I'm saying whenever a new person comes through your online program, some people don't even know what it is they're buying, let alone why they need multiple streams of income, why do they need an autoresponder, why they need this. Some folks are just clueless as to how this whole thing works. So if you always keep that in mind and always try to break it down to the simplest level possible, you will get a lot more people coming through your system, meaning you'll start making a lot more money. There's a saying, I don't know who originally said it, but it's a confused mind always says no. If somebody is confused, they're not going to join. If somebody don't know what they're buying, they're not going to join. And people get real emotional, real about money. And I'm not saying I don't, because I still do myself at different levels. So if a person comes in and you want them to join your business, they have to understand what it is they're buying, how they're going to make money. They have to understand a whole lot of stuff. I'm not really going to get into that, but you have to find a way to break things down as basic and Barney style as possible at all times. Is it the easiest thing to do in the world? No. But understand that you always try to keep things simple. So that being said, I'm going to close this other screen here. I don't know if you hear that ticking coming in. I got my trading charts open. So You see right here, I got my playlist. My playlist is covering basically my full plan. You should think about doing the same thing for yourself. Whatever businesses you're promoting, you need to do something like this. This is not a suggestion. I mean, it's a suggestion, but it's one of those, you need to do it. Whatever business you're promoting, number one, you have to have a long-term vision for it. If you're in it for the short term, you can still do this. But I would suggest don't think about this stuff as a short-term thing. You need to think about this for the long term. If you think of the more long-term your vision is and you communicate that to people, the more people will see that you're a person that's going to stick around and that you're not going to leave in 4, 5, 6 months or 2 weeks or, you know what I'm saying? People feel comfortable and confident when they know you're consistent, you're not going to change, and you're always going to be there. In my own case, my own numbers have gone down when I stopped doing live hangouts. Why? It wasn't the programs, it wasn't the marketing systems, it was the lack of consistency on my part by not doing hangouts. If people can set their clock to, all right, every single Saturday or every single Wednesday or every single whatever, this guy is going to show up and do a hangout or have a new video or whatever. I know this guy is going to be here, or gal. The more consistent you are, the more people are going to start to trust you. People love consistency. People are creatures of habit. This isn't my words. You can actually go out and do some of this research on your own. People love consistency. People are creatures of habit. And introducing a new habit, such as an internet business, it can take a little bit of pushing and edging, and not edging, but take a little bit of pushing and urging, I should say, because people aren't just going to, you've all heard the same tired adage out there. People have to see your offer 7 to 12 times before they decide to buy. Okay, that being said, but just think about it. They have to see your offer 7 to 12 times before they decide to buy. Okay. If you're not consistent, then are you showing that same offer 7 to 12 times? You see what I'm saying? So just think about it. Just think about what you're doing. Okay. It's going to take time to build relationships with people. It's going to take time to show your consistency. It's going to take time to communicate to that marketplace that you have a long-term vision, period. That being said, if you are not showing up, in my case, I'll throw myself out there under the bus. In my case, I wasn't doing the hangouts. Life happened, had the kiddo running around. I can make every excuse I want to. But because I wasn't doing that, you see what happens. The Facebook group kind of crumbles and falls apart and people go elsewhere. People go to that person who is consistent. And that's all it is. It's just that consistency. So above all else, you have to be consistent. And if you have a consistent plan, which I still do have a lot of people coming up to me saying, Rob, you're one of the most consistent marketers I know out there. You still have the core. You still have the core programs. I mean, a lot of leaders have come in and used Easy One Up and bounced off to another program. I mean, I bounced around to a few little different instant cash programs here and there, but it's still a main part of what I promote. I mean, if something has to just totally go bad for me to stop promoting it. In the case of, I'll throw out a recent example, FutureNet, Future Ad Pro. I still don't know exactly what they're doing, but only thing I know is not the same as before. And that was an income source. I was making roughly $1,500 to $2,000 a week, every single week. And then all of a sudden gone. So I don't care who you are. If you get comfortable with income, and when $1,500 to $2,000 coming in week after week just automatically goes away, it's going to take a little bit of time to recover. So in my case, I had to go through my own recovery phase and restructuring my plan. But here is still the same basic plan I've had. And it's still sustaining a full-time income. I mean, I can't say this enough. The same plan. And way back in the beginning, I told folks, follow the plan, follow the plan. I got sick and tired of hearing it, and I didn't want to do the Hangouts because I kept feeling like I was saying the same thing. But it's that same thing that sustained me. Just follow the same plan. I have basically one capture page that I promote. I guess I should have pulled it up before. But what I do is I have one capture page. This is my one of my newest capture pages. I don't really mess around with it a lot. I have two different versions of it because I have two different marketing systems that I'm now using, but they both say the same thing. Former active duty Marine talks about his plan. And I send 100% traffic to this page right here. Cold traffic, social media traffic, everywhere I send traffic to this page. Now this is going to go during this page. And it's also somebody, I gotta mute somebody. Hang on, Steven Ramirez, you should mute yourself. Hang on, someone jumping in, I gotta mute him. I gotta mute somebody. I think he muted himself. All right, good. All right, cool. So, like I said, I send 100% traffic to this page right here, and it's going to make sense with consistency. What I was saying, my own numbers dipped because I wasn't consistent, right? So, wasn't consistent by meaning I wasn't doing the Hangouts. I wasn't talking about the plan enough because I just got sick and tired of saying the same thing over and over again. Now, taking that same idea and applying it to business, I have multiple streams of income that I promote. And what I was experimenting with is finding a consistent way of promoting them all, because we're all in multiple programs. Nobody here is in just one thing. So the idea is, how am I going to take all of these different programs and piece it together in one main system? How? Exactly how I'm gonna lay out. I have this one capture page. I send all of my traffic to it. If I send a post on Facebook and I say, hey, I'm in this system, whatever, blah, 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 comment more info. If you want more info, people comment more info. I send them this link. My whole idea is to build my email list. That is the number one thing to do. Even more so than building particular programs. Building your email list is number one. That's the number one thing you should be doing. Period. End of story. Building your email list, building your social media following, building your connections. You get what I'm saying. People opt in here and I show them basically my first video here. So you see my little video series here, Unlimited Wealth System. I talk about basically lead lightning and easy one up. When people opt in here, that's the first part they're going to learn about, easy one up and lead lightning. Now, in the past, I have shared what I would do is people will opt into my list. And if you're on my email list, you've probably experienced this unless you haven't unsubscribed yet. When people opt into my email list, every single day, sometimes twice a day, sometimes 0 times a day, I would send out an email, and each email would have a theme. So for example, easy one up and lead lightning. That's my instant cash strategy. What that means is when somebody joins those two, or especially easy one up, you get paid right then and there. And the idea is to take half of that money immediately and put it into paid advertising. That being said, every single Friday, I would call it Fast Money Friday. Once they're on my email list, every single Friday, Fast Money Friday, I will send out an email talking about Easy One Up and Lead Lightning. every single Friday, or whatever other instant cash program I was in. And sometimes it was a couple other programs. Every single Friday, I would send out that email. Every single Sunday, I would send out an email. I'd call it Self-Development Sunday. And I'd send out an email about the Global Information Network. Every single Tuesday, Teaching Trading Tuesday, I would send out an email about my crypto trading course. Every single Tuesday, I would send that email out. Now, taking all of that, that's what I used to do. And yes, I would still get signups across the board. However, it was not as consistent as picking one thing and really hammering it. So what I have learned is that, yes, you can have multiple streams of income. However, a better way to promote them all is what I'm going to lay out here. What I do, I send all my traffic to this capture page. When people opt in here, they learn about Easy One Up and Lead Lightning. Now, moving forward, the better strategy is to, at least 4 times a week, in my own case, this is what I do, or what I'm going to do. 4 days a week, I'm going to email out an email just talking about Lead Lightning and Easy One Up. And at the bottom of every single email, I'm include a link to this playlist. This YouTube playlist here, my own words, is going to continuously upsell my multiple streams of income. Okay, so in your case, if you are in multiple programs, what I suggest doing is doing the same thing that I am doing. You have one main thing you promote. You have your one main thing you promote. You have your multiple other programs. Make a YouTube playlist. You take your YouTube playlist. You talk about your whole plan. You put it in a series of videos. The same thing I'm doing here. This, you could use my videos here as a model. You see all these videos here. You take all the programs you're in. You put a little video series together. And you have your own Facebook group. Everyone here knows I have my own Facebook group. I don't need to pull it up. So what happens is you're always going to promote just your first program, your first piece. 4 days a week, you're going to send out an email talking about that first program, and you're going to be consistent at it. And you're going to do Hangouts just like I'm doing, and you're going to have a Facebook just like I have, and you're going to have a YouTube playlist here just like I do. Right? Nobody else is going to tell you this. Everyone else is just going to tell you to join their programs. After you have that in place, all you have to do is every time you talk about something online, you talk about network marketing, you talk about affiliate marketing, you talk about the problems in network marketing, you talk about the problems with passive investment type programs, you talk about the problems with trading schemes and scams, and you talk about, you have an active conversation with what's going on in this industry. You attract people to you. This is social media marketing. You attract people to you. You say, hey, if you want to see how I'm doing my business, how I structure things, opt in, get on my email list, and see exactly what I'm doing. Once people opt into your email list and see what they're going to do, what you're doing, they're going to watch you. They're going to watch how you do things. Just like I have people watching me. I have a lot of people who opt into my list and stuff. They show up, they watch my replays, and then they go off and they do their own thing. That's fine. But people watch everybody. There's nothing new out here in the marketing world. 100% my traffic goes here. They opt in, they learn about the first piece right here, the first phase, if you will. And what I do is Every single email that goes out is going to have that first phase, and then it's going to have this playlist. This playlist is going to continuously promote every single other program I'm in. People are going to go down here. Some people will join everything. Some people won't. Some people will join my Broke Man Bitcoin trading plan. Some people won't. I don't care. The only thing I'm concerned about is those front end numbers. Now, that being said, I'm going to speed it up here a little bit. My front end program, the easy one up, Lead Lightning, I know my specific numbers. And in your case, you need to learn those numbers for yourself. What do you mean by numbers? What I mean is you need to learn how many clicks you need to your capture page, how many clicks you need to your capture page before you get a lead, and how many leads before you get a sign up. In my case, on average, 38% of people who come to this page opt in. Not the best opt-in in the world, but it's certainly not the worst. My old average used to be around 30%. Now I'm at 38%, roughly. 38 to 40%. So that means if I buy 1,000 clicks, I'm going to get 380 to 400 leads. I know that. So from those 400 leads, 30% of people are going to sign up in my program. From that 30% of people who sign up, 1 in 9, so 10%, I should say. So 30%, 1 in 9 of that 30% becomes a paid member. And every single paid member I get averages $340 in my pocket. And that's just on the front end program. So when you learn those numbers, then it's just a mathematical calculation. You just say, okay, I need 2 sales a day to sustain my lifestyle. And you take those sales and you just apply it to the numbers I just shared. So in my case, I know 40% of people who come here is always going to opt in. So if I get 1,000 clicks, that's going to be 400 leads. From those 400 leads, I know, I don't have my calculator here, but if I take 400 divided by 9, that's going to be the amount of active signups I'm going to get from that traffic run. Now, it's not instant, but it is through following up with those people and constantly sharing my numbers. Now, that being said, following up with your people. How do you follow up with your people? Consistently. If you have a Facebook group, if you have a YouTube playlist like this, if you have a very specific and calculated plan, if you know your numbers, if you can communicate that to your leads, to your people, then they're going to warm up to you. Then you know sooner or later they're going to start joining you. I mean, it's just that simple. I mean, it doesn't matter people out there promoting the sexiest next best thing. You have to have a plan. You have to tell people numbers, real life numbers. You have to share with them what you're doing. You have to show them your training. You have to show them your Facebook group, your support. If you have a Facebook group and if you have a YouTube playlist like this communicates that you are someone that they're going to get to know. Somebody watches these 6 videos, they feel like they know me. That's half the battle, and I don't have to actually physically talk to them. They watch these videos, they kind of see my thinking. Okay, they're warming up to me, and then sooner or later, I know I'm gonna get them in that first couple of programs. After they get my first couple of programs, working with them constantly, having hangouts like this, talking about the plan in my Facebook group, sooner or later, they're gonna be all in before you know it. And it is just that simple. It's just staying consistent, having a plan. If you don't get anything from this hangout, here it is. You have to stay consistent at promoting what it is you're doing and putting out content supporting that. Promoting what it is you're doing. So whatever programs you're in, pick one and focus on that one program. Make sure the comp plan is beefy enough for you. Put out videos supporting your plan. You see my YouTube playlist right here. That's videos supporting my plan. This Hangout right here is content supporting my plan. Everything I talk about in my Facebook group supports this plan. Everything I talk about on my Facebook profile supports this plan. So it all starts working together. And I mean, it is really just that simple. So you stay consistent to your plan. You consistently put out content supporting your plan. You get your YouTube playlist in place. If you don't want to do a YouTube playlist, the second best thing is doing a series of blogs. Right now, I'm revamping up my blog. Let's see. It's ghetto, but it's something. I'm still working on this. Talking, I got a few things to clean up here, but you get the point. I'm consistently putting out content supporting this plan. And if you constantly get new people into your world, new people on your email list, new people following you on social media, new people that you're talking to, new people that you're making connections with, it's only a matter of time before you find success. So that being said, I'm going to wrap this thing up. I'm going to stop sharing my screen if I can figure out how to do it. And I'm going to stop recording here in a couple minutes, and I'm going to open up if anyone has any questions. So that being said, appreciate you attending. Just trying to get these things shorter and shorter. Just getting to the point here. That being said, I'm going to stop sharing. There it is right there. It takes me a while to figure out these things. And I'm going to stop recording. So I'm going to open it up for questions. Appreciate you attending. And if you didn't get anything from this Hangout, I'll talk about it again. Consistently promote, pick something, whatever it is, and consistently slam it. If you have multiple streams of income, that's good. Create a YouTube playlist, have a Facebook group, and then every single email you send out your lead off program and your YouTube playlist. Your YouTube playlist will promote the rest of your programs on autopilot. On my YouTube playlist, on those videos, underneath them, I have different systems here and there, but it's underneath those YouTube videos. So I'm not going crazy trying to promote 4 or 5 different things. I'm just promoting one thing, my lead-off programs, which I already told you the numbers. The numbers were 40% opt-in rate, 30% of people sign up, 1 in 9 of those people becomes a paid member, and from that person, I average $340 a sign up. So when you learn those numbers, it's just a done deal. So what you should be doing, create your own YouTube playlist with all the programs you're in, get your own Facebook group, and just start pushing it. So that being said, stopping recording now.